buena mi gente, Marcuccio here again with another video, and today we're going to be talking about Aethir or Ether. This is a coin that one of my friends recently bought, and he really buys a lot of good coins. So I decided to, kind of do my research, see what the coin is all about, and hopefully if you're watching this, please enjoy it. Anyways, if you do not know what Aethir is basically a decentralized cloud infrastructure play for gaming and AI. Basically, they have all these different GPUs all around the world. They have them in, I think, 95 different countries. And so you could play games with low latency and super fast with any console that you might be having. So they have a quick video so you guys could just see it. So let's watch it real quick. So yeah, I'm gonna like it real quick. Yeah. So I think it has really a lot of potential. There's a lot of stuff I did like. There's some stuff I didn't like. So we're gonna be talking all over that. I want to start with the negatives first, right? They have a total supply of $42 billion ATH. Second supply 11.4 billion. So all-time high was December 8th, 2024, right? But if we take a look at the market cap was $472 million, and it's well below that, right? Well below that, but the price has dropped tremendously, right? So that is my main concern, the tokenomics. The tokenomics are as it follows: checkers, compute, and providers amount for 50%, ecosystem 15%, advisors 5%, investors 12.5%, airdrop 6%, and the team 12.5%. So a lot of it went to the team and advisors and ecosystem, which I don't really like. And if we see here the holders, this is for the compute and everything. So the 46 is here. If we look here at the centralization score, it is only at 22.16%. So yeah, those are some of the negatives. Also, they have a mint function and a whitelist function, right? So, I mean, that hasn't discouraged me from other projects, but just something I kind of want to make mention of, right? So as we see here, they have 430,000 enterprise grade GPUs on demand, over 400 million worth of compute capacity in 94 countries, and the uptime is 99.99%. So I think those are the positives, right? And we see here they also have a 100 million ecosystem fund for the next level growth of AI and gaming. So they have a grant size of either $5,000 to $500,000 per project. So if you are making something in the AI/gaming ecosystem and you want to take a look at some of the applications, I'll obviously leave everything in the description down below. But I think this is really positive, right? Those are the super positives. They also have the Aethir Forge, so the future of Aethir ecosystem Forge with the community. So if you want to apply here, I suggest you apply too. If you find something in this video that's interesting, they have a lot of incentives. They also have done a lot of community meet and greets, and they are they're active. So I will give them that is super positive, as well as they have a vast ecosystem. They only have 86 projects, but from what I've seen, they're really active, and that's something I do like. They have Aethir Games, Aethir Edge, Alliance. They have partnered up with Animoca brands, and they have some good partnerships here. So this is their website, and they have Aethir's GPU as a service. What I do like about this is that they have here how much it takes and the pricing, which is pretty good, right? When we talk about Web3 and Web2, what the differences are is usually Web3 is a little bit cheaper. And if we see here what the costs are from Amazon Web Services or Azure or Google Cloud, it is much cheaper to get an Aethir GPU than a regular GPU from one of these Web2 companies. So that's super positive. So it says, start deploying your models on Aethir and cut infrastructure costs by 90%. That's what we want. That's why I am so into Web3. So yeah, if you're looking for something like this, I suggest you, before investing, please use these products, right? That's all I wanted to say. And also, huge positives. Annual recurring revenue is $156 million. So that is super amazing. Total compute hours delivered over 1 billion. Total awards distributed, so almost 6 billion. And total on-chain transactions 1.4 million. So on-chain transactions not that much. Hopefully, this number increases sometime soon. But we see here where all the regions are. Singapore has the most. So Singapore, Asia, Hong Kong, Vietnam, Japan, Turkey, Malaysia, United Emirates, and South Korea. So they have a lot in a lot of vast different countries. And if we take a look at Masari and kind of what the quarter-over-quarter growth has been, Ether grew across various metrics in H1, including revenue 96% quarter one and 16% in quarter two. Cloud hosting earnings 58% in Q1 and 21% in Q2. Buyer-driven services fee 192% in Q1 and 37% in Q2. Cumulative staking emissions 15% in Q1 plus 13% in Q2. And compute hours delivered 282.2 million in Q2. So yeah, like the numbers, if you see them in terms of revenue, right? In revenue, they only had in Q3 2024 3.4 million. Right now they have 33 million. So huge potential. This is super impressive what they have been building. So yeah, in terms of Masari, I'm just going to leave this for you guys to read. Super valuable information. I just want to say they are making a lot of money in revenue, which in this channel, we like. We want to have products and we want to be invested in products that are making revenue, and they're making a lot of revenue. I do want to say though, it has slowed down a little bit here in August. We are at the middle of August, so take this with a grain of salt, but earnings, not that much. But in July, they had 3.1 million in earnings. In June, they have 5.1 million in earnings. May, 1.5 million. So, steady growth, right? Steady growth all across the border. So I'm not going to get too much into it. And if you take a look here at the valuations in terms of crypto, I'm not saying regular Web2 companies, but in terms of crypto, where there's huge opportunities, is not that, overvalued compared to other ones or other projects. So honestly, all of these metrics, or at least the financial metrics, look pretty good. I do want to say though, on that radar, on-chain stats, they don't have much. So I'm not gonna use this against them. I couldn't find much of on-chain data. So yeah, take this with a grain of salt. I couldn't find much, but hopefully you guys can find, other stuff. And last but not least, they have a lot of followers on Twitter. They have 794,000, which is what we want. We want it close to 1 million. So yeah, they have a big community. I'm not, I think it's amazing. I think it's an amazing product. I think it's amazing. Would I invest, me personally, right now at this moment? I don't think so. There is a lot of competition in this space, in crypto and in the regular world. They're competing with Amazon Web Services, Google, everyone, right? So yeah, it has potential. I just personally would invest, especially because of the circular supply and the max supply, right? Like if you, I don't know, the chart right now, it is down 57% all time, and from the all-time high, it is down 95%. So there might be a huge boost, and with the revenue, and people start seeing, wow, they're making a lot of revenue, then yeah, it could increase. But the fully diluted valuation is 1.35 billion. So I don't know, I don't know. I do think it's a great project. Me personally, I would invest. Obviously, maybe this just skyrockets and I look like a complete idiot, which I will be fine to admit. I made mistakes as well. So obviously not financial advice, but yeah, I just wanna make a quick video about this good project. Anyways, intrigued your thoughts, please let me know what you think about the video. And as always, please remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.